it's Jessii Vee, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the dark origins of Rumpelstiltskin. I really miss doing my fairy tale series. We covered Red Riding Hood, Jack and Jill, Hansel and Gretel, and so I thought that Rumpelstiltskin would be a really good one because he used to really freak me out when I was a kid. And the true story is so disturbing, you guys aren't ready. Before I get started though, I just want to give you another reminder that I do have a new spooky backdrop behind me. We are getting ready for Halloween. That is why it's a haunted house with a guy looking at me through the window. But if you would like to win it, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, turn on your notification bell, and then head over to my new channel. It is a book review channel called Jessie's Bookshelf. Go and subscribe there and comment anything you want on my most recent video. And that's all you have to do to be entered to win. But if you want a bonus entry, add me as a friend on the Goodreads app. It is a totally free app. It just lets you review books and see what other books your friends are reading. And I'm only allowed to add 5,000 friends, and we're almost at 2,000. So if you want me as a friend, I will add you back. I will link my Goodreads profile down below in the description. One other announcement is that we are adding a bunch of new spooky items onto our website, getting ready for Halloween. So one of the cutest things that we've added are these monster pom pals. These are so adorable. We're getting more and more plushies that fit in the palm of your hand, hence why they're called pom pals. But I love how heavy they still are. And look, are you kidding me? They're absolutely adorable. They're so soft. These have literally just been sitting in the shelf in my room. But yeah, if you guys would like to adopt one of these very cute monsters, I've linked it down below. And on the creepier side, we have these new Halloween potion bottles. I think they are so cool for decoration in your house. One is a monster and one is a skeleton potion. And they light up. You see how they have these creepy eyes? But this is how it looks all lit up. And it's so cool because when it's actually in the dark, the eyes like project onto the ground and it's so interesting. So if you guys would like a spooky potion bottle, I have linked down below. Okay, so without further ado, let's talk about Rumpelstiltskin. We're gonna talk about the history and origins first. Rumpelstiltskin is a fairy tale popularly associated with Germany, and legends of this story can actually be traced back to 4,000 years ago. And in 1812, the Brothers Grimm published their own version of the story that most people are probably familiar with. Here's the thing, most movies and children's stories and TV shows that cover this tale keep it very G-rated. They keep it very family friendly, lighthearted, it ends very well. They literally remove all of the disturbing parts, which I don't really blame them for. But I am of course going to reveal those to you today. But honestly, I have always found this story to be very disturbing. Even the edited children's story version of it, I found still creepy. Like this little creature dude comes to try and take this girl's baby? No. So the word Rumpelstiltskin in German literally means little rattlestilt, which is a post or pole that provides support for a structure. But a Rumpelstilt is a name of a type of goblin that makes a bunch of loud noises by rattling posts and tapping on planks. And a Rumpelgeist is a mischievous spirit that clatters around your house, moves around different items in your home. So his name sort of encompasses all of those things. In other words, it's a very annoying creature that comes into your life and bothers you. So I want to now tell you the original story, the unedited version with all of the creepy, disturbing, weird parts in it. So it starts off with this miller who was very poor, but he had a very beautiful daughter. So he decided one day that he was gonna go speak to the king, and in order to make himself look way more important and maybe to get some more money, he told the king that he had this daughter that had this magical ability to turn straw into gold. This was of course a lie. So the king calls for the girl, shuts her in a tower room filled with straw and a spinning wheel, and demands that she spin the straw into gold by morning, or he will cut off her head. That's right, it was that intense, and of course they left that part out of the children's tales and the TV shows and the movies. I know in most kids' books he says that he will lock her in the dungeon forever if she doesn't fulfill this task. But in the original story, he makes some pretty violent threats. When she gives up all hope, this little magical creature appears in the room and spins the straw into gold in return for her necklace. So he basically likes to make trades with people. table in exchange for his magical abilities. Well, when the king enters the room the next day and sees it full of gold, he is extremely pleased and decides to move her into a bigger room filled with more straw for her to make into more gold. That night, the creature appeared again and did it all for her in exchange for her ring this time. And on the third day, she was moved into an even larger room and was told by the king that he would marry her if she filled this very last room up with gold. He told her that if she didn't, he would execute her. The thing is, the girl had nothing left that she could give this creature in exchange for his powers. So he makes her promise that she will give him her firstborn child in exchange for him spinning the straw into gold one final time. So he agrees, the king is pleased by what he sees, he marries her, and of course, when they have their first child, the creature comes for his payment. She tries to offer him all the wealth in the world, but he doesn't want it, and he finally consents to give up his claim to the child if she can guess his name within 3 days. Well, her many guesses fail because obviously his name is super complicated. Who's gonna just guess that? She was guessing like John, Timothy, Stuart. Well, before the final night, she wanders into the woods searching for him and comes across his remote mountain cottage and watches as he hops around his fire and sings, "Tonight, tonight, my plans I make. Tomorrow, tomorrow, the baby I take. The queen will never win the game, for Rumpelstiltskin is my name." Well, when he comes to the queen on the third day, she reveals his name to him because she overheard it, and he loses his temper, he loses his bargain, and this is where things get really disturbing, and once again, we're taken out of the children's books. He begins accusing the devil or witches of having revealed his name to her. And then, in his extreme rage, he drove his right foot so far into the ground that it sank all the way up to his waist. And when he tried to pull it out of the ground again, he accidentally tore himself in two. His body literally tore itself in half. He split in front of her and it was a super gory scene. There was blood everywhere. But obviously that was his demise, so she didn't really have to worry about him anymore, but it was a gruesome, disgusting scene. Other versions have Rumpelstiltskin driving his right foot so far into the ground that he creates this giant fiery chasm and he falls into it and it leads him into the underworld, aka HE double hockey sticks, and he is never seen again. So obviously that end of the tale was never really shown in movies, TV shows, children's book. Could you imagine your mom reading you this book before bed as a 5-year-old child? I'm pretty sure in all of the happier tales and the children's books, after she guesses his name, he's kind of just like, well, darn it, and just sort of like runs off. So yeah, now you guys know the true tale. Please comment down below if you've ever heard this real disturbing version of it. Before I go, I wanted to tell you another creepy tale. This is called Stealing from Your Bedroom. I actually got the idea to make this video today from one of my subscribers. She's from Germany and she told me about this really unsettling bedtime story that her parents always used to tell her when she was young. Her parents would tell her that if she didn't keep her room clean, this little old man named Rumpelstiltskin would climb through her window while she was sleeping and would steal something very important from her room. They told her that if she woke up while he was going through all of her things, he would grab her and take her back to his dark forest to toss her into his stew and eat her for supper. Now this really scared her, so obviously she was trying to keep her room clean always, but on the days that she didn't, she'd keep her eyes constantly on the window trying not to fall asleep because she knew that if she did, he would come into her room. She was like looking for his face to like suddenly show up behind the glass. That is so creepy to me. Obviously, parents tell their kids stories like this to make sure they keep up on their chores. There are so many like bedtime stories from around the world that have similar themes. But yeah, would be really scary to hear that as a kid. Anyways, guys, that is the end of today's video. If you want me to continue doing stories about fairy tales and like the origins and the creepy side, give this video a thumbs up and let me know. And please comment down below which fairy tale you want me to cover. But yeah, don't forget to enter to win this backdrop behind me. Head over to my Jessie's Bookshelf channel. And if you would like any of our creepy potion bottles or cute little pom pal monsters, I have linked them all down below. But I hope you have an awesome rest of your day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!